call this meeting to order. We'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation to follow. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials, grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Gooder, Green, LaFour,
Here.
Mastrovich,
Here.
Ricks, Schultz,
Here.
Yarrick.
Here.
And we
Mayor.
have,
Sorry, Mayor Ricks did call to say that he would not be here tonight due to work.
okay. And we have a motion to excuse Mayor Ricks from this meeting due to work issues.
So moved. Support.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approval of minutes, quarterly roundtable minutes of January 12, 2015 would be in order.
So moved. Support.
Any discussion? Any changes?
No.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We also have the minutes of the City Council of January 19th.
So moved. Support.
Any corrections, changes on this? If not, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, at this time, audience comments on any non-agenda items? Okay, moving on. Adoption of agenda. Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes?
None.
Okay, need a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved. Support.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda, which does include the approval of motion to excuse Councilor Goodard and Councilor Green. Support.
There is no discussion on this motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Public hearing.
The
Mr. City Manager.
city planner, Troy Jeschke, has been put in charge of the city's CDBG allocation. He's been working with the county on putting together the public hearing notice, as well as the background brief in your agenda tonight. So I will turn it over to Troy.
So if anything is overly convoluted, you can blame me. As you are aware, through the Macomb County Urban County Program, they receive funding from HUD for Community Development Block Grant funding. The county has gone to a 3-year cycle now. So what we are considering tonight is funding for fiscal years 2015 through 2017. The county anticipates our allotment to be roughly $30,000 each year for a total for the 3-year term of $90,000. Unfortunately, because it is a 3-year block, the money needs to be allocated in a certain time frame, so we are going to have to consider what to do with all 90,000 at one time. Community Development Block Grant funding can be used for a number of community projects. All of the funding that's allotted to us can go towards a community development project, which would be like a bricks and mortar project, like a senior center or handicap ramps or anything. But they also do allow a certain percentage, up to 15% of the total amount, which is roughly $13,500, can be used towards public service programs. These could include staffers for our senior center, It can also include funding to a community or a public service agency that is seeking funding from the city. In our community development block grant proposal this year, we have received proposals from 7 public service agencies or positions that are seeking funding. One is our senior services coordinator for a 1-year term. Unfortunately, we can't use that funding for all 3 years. It can only go towards 1 year. We have 6 other proposals, which are listed in the public hearing background brief. I won't go over each of them unless you would like, but basically, all 90,000 could go towards a bricks and mortar project, or 13,000 of that roughly can go towards those public service programs if you choose.
Thank you. And there is, given, if there's no public comment, there is a motion to close the public
Right.
hearing in your packet.
Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Move to close the public hearing for the use of the fiscal year 2015 to fiscal year 2017 CDBG funds at 7:07.
Support.
Discussion? Any audience discussion on that? Back to the table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion does pass. Okay, we have 2 items tonight for consideration. Mr. City Manager.
The first item is the actual funding allocation for the CDBG projects. As Troy mentioned, we have a total of $90,000. A minimum of $76,500 must go towards the bricks and mortar program. And then, as you've seen in the background brief for the public hearing, there are a number of public service agencies that have requested funding for activities that they do in the county. And we also, through the city's senior coordinator, have requested an amount of $6,986.07 to fund our senior coordinator. Although all of those agencies are worthwhile and do good work, our bricks and mortar project is designed to kind of make our community more walkable. There's several intersections up on the north end of town that need some work. In fact, one of them has kind of a fire hydrant right in the center of the ramp there at the southwest corner of, I think, Monroe and Maine. And so we'd like to get that taken care of. We know it'll exceed the amount of money we have for bricks and mortar. It is within the TIFA district, so we feel we can cover the rest of that with TIFA funds. Administration's recommendation would be to fund the senior center coordinator in the amount of $6,986.07. That will take up some of our public service allotment, but then take the remaining $6,513.93, add that to the bricks and mortar, and do a motion to, for the bricks and mortar in the amount of $83,013.93. On the sheet that shows the motions, if you go along with the administration's recommendation, you just simply have to make motion 1 and 2 in the amounts that Troy has put in there. Should you want to fund some of those public service agencies, what you should probably do before making that motion 3, which is the bricks and mortar, figure out how much money you're going to be giving to some of those other agencies, and we'll just, both Troy and myself have our calculators here. We'll do some quick math. But again, they're good agencies. It's not a problem if council chooses to go that way. We just feel for the city it's a benefit, both between that senior coordinator person and putting that money towards the handicap ramps is the best way to go.
Okay. Council, pleasure.
Are we ready to make a motion? I move to allocate $83,013.93 of the fiscal year 15-17 CDBG funding to replacement of the substandard barrier-free ADA ramps on Main Street, M19 with the north downtown business from Water Street to Park Street.
Support. Discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yes, I was going to discuss it. It said, there's a lot of worthy causes here. In fact, a few of them I donate personally to each year, except in this case, and there's never enough money, but regarding helping those with disabilities in the city of Richmond, we've had the need to adjust these ramps has existed for a time now, and I think we take advantage of this money to try to address that for the walkability and specific to those people with disabilities.
All right, make it more safe. Yes, thank you. Any other comments? Audience? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I have another motion?
I'll make a motion to allot $6,986.07 of the fiscal year 2015-17 CDBG funding for the City of Richmond Parks and Recs Department for the funding of the Senior Services Coordinator position for 1 year.
Support.
Okay, any discussion on this motion?
I think the senior center is an important part of the community also, helping out our citizens. I think it's a worthy cause to keep those programs going.
All right. Helps us out too a little bit. Any audience comments on this? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
If I
Next.
may, just one point of clarification, as you may have heard earlier this year, we were hoping to have the community development money go to Richmond Lennox EMS for their smart bus garage expansion. Unfortunately, due to HUD requirements and certain requirements that they have, the county deemed it not eligible for funding in the amount that they were hoping, so.
Thank you for bringing that back up because, I had asked you and I walked in and just this way everybody knows what's going on. Thank you again, Troy. Item number 2, consideration of approving resolution number 2015-2, request to be recognized as a nonprofit organization operating within the city of Richmond, Band Boosters. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider a request from the Richmond Band Boosters for the approval of Resolution 2015-2, which recognizes them as a nonprofit organization operating within the city. The Band Boosters needs to apply to the state charitable gaming license to conduct a 50/50 raffle fundraiser on May 6, 2015, in conjunction, I believe, with their spring concert. This resolution is part of that application that they need to send into the state. Council has approved similar resolutions for the Library Friends Group, Community Theater, the festival, and so we've done these before. We have a copy of the resolution, their bylaws, and some of their paperwork from the state showing that they are a nonprofit.
Okay, thank you, Mr. City Manager. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 2015-2, which recognizes the Richmond Band Boosters as a nonprofit organization operating within the City of Richmond.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion.
Yeah, I think it's another great group within the city, being part of the school district. They need all the help they can get with fundraising, with the schools being limited in their funding. It's just another way that the community can help them and give back being a nonprofit group. So,
Right, for any raffles or anything you need, you gotta go through these hoops, unfortunately, unfortunately. We all gone through there. Any other discussion up there at the table? Any audience participation on this item? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Opposed? Motion does pass. City manager's comments.
We did put out on the website today, we received an email from Waste Management that due to the storm, they didn't want to put their trucks out on the road and add to a dangerous situation, so trash is delayed one day. So Richmond's trash pickup will be on Wednesday, not on Tuesday this week. Also, just a reminder that this upcoming weekend is the Winterfest. So I know the Chamber has a lot of events going on throughout town, and then our Recreation Department is having their chili cook-off at Ball Equipment on Saturday. And the Friends group, Friends of the Library, are holding a bake sale during that same event. So, and I know there's a lot of other events going on throughout town. The DIAOA trailer's gonna be at the municipal parking lot, beginning Wednesday through Sunday, so. Encourage everyone to get out and about.
no chance on the snowmobile races being reactivated last minute?
No, unfortunately
I
not.
know the weather really turned
Yeah.
in favor of that, didn't it? So-
Yeah, well, you've got to have a base down there, and what they dump, I heard 3
We
dump
had-
truck loads there.
I know.
At the first snow.
At the start of the races last year, they had at least about a 3 or 4 foot base underneath the starting line from a lot of the snow that came from the downtowns last year. So even though,
Just couldn't get it,
yeah,
get the base.
a lot of reasons, but
So,
yeah.
That's what I wanted to,
Yeah.
I didn't know that's the
Yeah.
reason behind
they're-
it, so.
they're-
Yep, and the field was in pretty poor condition, and unfortunately with the fall that they had last year, they weren't able to get out and then address that, so there's ruts underneath that.
Yeah,
And-
so
and
there's a lot more to it than just getting a big snowstorm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly that would have helped, but without the base
Right.
and some of those other issues, it wasn't able to be done.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we can't have it, but you know what? Hopefully next year they'll be able to have it again, and people will be more excited about it.
Yes.
You know,
It's all about the base.
it's all about the, well, the tenor's not bad either. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Council comments? Dennis?
No, I just wish the band boosters all the luck, and sporting events are still going on. Sounds like basketball, wrestling, everybody's doing well, so try and get out and support. And the Winterfest, hopefully that turns out great, and a lot of community effort is put involved in that, so.
Councilor Yarick?
Just good work to our public service people out there. This was the 3rd largest snow recorded, something like that. I think they had quite a challenge. I think they did their best to keep up with it. I definitely was appreciative to pull out of my drive to go to work and know that, and be able to get out of the city, freely.
Right.
Sounded like they had some
And then they
hiccups
also-
this morning.
They also have problems too.
It was a
Equipment problems.
pretty challenging day.
Yeah,
but,
well, you know what?
they were finishing off the side streets tonight, and, thanks, thank you to Councilor Yard for mentioning that.
If it was an easy job, everybody would be
Yep,
doing it,
yep.
Councilor, Mr. Avich?
I would just concur with everybody, and then in addition with the work that the DPW did, I did receive some comments positive that they were surprised how fast the main streets in Richmond were cleared up. So thanks to the DPW staff for jumping on that and doing, as they always do, a great job.
Right. But this one was, had to be a real challenge, when you have problems with equipment, and then you have the wind and
Yep.
other issues, so. We'll go to the calendar, today being February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, and guess what? The little thing's seen his shadow, so hang on. And, okay, you said the trash will be moved till Wednesday?
Correct.
Okay. And Winter and Ice Festival starts on Friday, goes through the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, there will be no snowmobile drag racing. Yeah, looks like wellhead protection meeting on Monday?
That's been canceled, actually,
Okay.
but we should have, I think, cable on Tuesday.
You got cable on, yeah, I got cable on the 10th. And planning commission on the 12th.
Yes.
And on the 13th starts winter recess for Richmond schools. It goes through the 16th, which will be our next scheduled council meeting. And don't forget, February 14th is Valentine's Day, else you're gonna get in trouble. Anything else that we have to add to the calendar?
Nope.
Okay. We have a closed session this evening, so we need a motion for that, right?
Yes.
Move to convene into closed session in accordance with Section 8C of the Michigan Open Meeting Act, Public Act 267 of 1976, as amended for strategy and negotiations sessions connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement, if either negotiating party requests a closed hearing.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a roll call vote on that, please.
Goodar and Green are absent. LaFour,
Yes?
Mistrovich,
Yes.
Ricks is absent. Schultz,
Yes.
Yark.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna, excuse me, we're going to convene into closed session. Thank you, everybody, for being here.